One of the first questions I get all the time from inventors is, once we file this patent application, can you help me get my invention in front of companies? And my answer usually surprises them. I tell them, probably not. And honestly, you probably don't want me to. Not because I don't believe in the invention, and not because the patent application isn't an important step, but because if your patent attorney is the one making first contact, the conversation often goes exactly where you don't want it to go, straight to the corporate legal department. And here's the problem with that. Legal is not where product decisions get made. Legal is not evaluating emerging technologies. And legal is not deciding what gets built next, what gets integrated into their product line, or what the company is strategically moving toward. Those decisions are usually made somewhere else in the company. Now, to be fair, this mistake makes complete sense. You file a patent application, it feels legal now. Licensing sounds legal, so the natural instinct is, let's have my attorney reach out. But in most tech companies, the process usually works in reverse. Technical interest first, then legal involvement later. Legal will review the deal, but deals don't originate in the corporate legal department. Once product teams, engineering teams, or business leaders see something strategically relevant to the company, that's when legal will get involved, but not the other way around. And from my perspective as patent counsel, that's exactly how I want it. I've been practicing patent law for over 25 years, including licensing work with startups, individual inventors, universities, and technology transfer commercialization from the federal government. And my role is not to be your business development representative. My role instead is to help you protect the invention properly, build claim coverage that actually matters, structure your IP portfolio, and make sure that when a company's legal team eventually evaluates your technology as part of a licensing discussion, acquisition, or strategic deal, everything is solid. That's where legal creates value. But first, you need internal champions at that company. So if legal isn't where you start, who do you contact? All right, let's get through this together. Step 1, identify who actually makes innovation decisions. There's usually 3 places to start. Engineering leaders, for example, director of engineering, principal engineer, vice president of engineering, technical lead. Why do these titles matter? Because engineers understand technical differentiation. They can quickly tell whether what you've built is technically meaningful, architecturally relevant, or something their team should explore. Another category, product leaders. Look for titles like this: product manager, director of product development, platform lead, or product strategist. Why? Because product leaders know priorities for road mapping the company's products. They know what the company is building, what problems matter internally to that company, and where new technology might fit in. Next, innovation or strategic technology teams. Search for groups that are focused on applied AI in the tech field, emerging technologies, platform innovation, advanced research. These are the teams that are often specifically tasked in that company with evaluating what's next. These are the people who can say, yeah, this is relevant, we should look at this. Next step, how do we find these people? Now that you know who to look for, the next question is, how do you actually find them? Here are 3 practical places to start. First, LinkedIn. Search by company and technology. You're not looking for a generic contact. You're looking for the people closest to the problem that your invention is going to help them with. Second, engineering blogs, technical publications, online technical papers. A lot of major companies will publish engineering blogs, architecture write-ups, conference presentations, research papers, and the people writing those pieces are often directly involved in active initiatives in the company. That's a very strong signal to you. Third, go to trade shows, attend conferences, go to panel discussions, even podcasts nowadays. Look at sales reps, conference speakers, webinar presenters, podcast guests, technical panels. Talk to these people. These are often the people already representing the company externally, and that usually means they have internal credibility. All right, next step, what not to say. Now, once you identify the right people in the company, don't send an email saying, I have a patent you may want to license, or my attorney would like to discuss my intellectual property with you, or I have proprietary technology available for acquisition. Why? Why is this a bad idea? Because language like that often gets routed immediately to, you guessed it, the legal department. And now you're back where you started. Step 4, what to say instead. Instead, you want to lead by identifying the problem, talking about the relevance, and sparking some curiosity. For example, you might say, I've developed a patented approach related to AI infrastructure that may be relevant to your team's work in model deployment and optimization within your company. Based on your recent work in this area, I thought it might be worth having a conversation. Do you notice what happened there? You didn't lead with the patent, you led with relevance. And that's what opens doors. So the goal here is not to sell your patent in one email. The goal is to get the right person curious enough to take the next conversation with you. And once you've identified the right person, the next challenge becomes, what exactly do you say? Subject lines, first messages, follow-up strategy, all that. I'll break that down in the next video. So if that would be helpful, let me know in the comments and subscribe to my channel.